All rise. Judge Vanderbeek Court is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB 1019, Canada case. Judge, both parties have been sworn.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Miss Canada. All right. You brought this case before the court. What's going on?
I'm seeking child support and back pay from this man.
Okay, just straightforward. That's what I like. Just get right into it. How old is the child?
The child is now 3 years old.
3 years old.
And I have not received any child support.
In 3 years?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
She's demanding child support, and not just going forward. She wants 3 years of unpaid support, claiming she hasn't seen a single dollar since her child was born. Her tone is firm, and Judge Vanderbeek respects the directness. But while the paperwork paints a straightforward picture, the situation is anything but simple. The man in question isn't denying they had a relationship, but he's not sold on being the father. He admits they were involved, but says she was also dating others at the time. That, he argues, is why he's withheld payment. He's not convinced the child is his. He also insists she never followed through on his request for a DNA test. Ms. Canada doesn't hold back either. Her comeback? Maybe you should have been loyal to your wife. And just like that, the room goes quiet. This isn't just a child support case anymore. It's got layers of infidelity, secrets, and workplace scandal.
All right. Sir, is there a reason you haven't given her any child support in the past 3 years?
Yes, ma'am, there is.
What is that?
We've been discussing the paternity obligations.
Okay.
Under the circumstances, I don't think I was the only person having a fling with Rocky at the time that she and I had that time together. And,
Excuse me? Are you implying something?
Well, what I'm trying to say is that I understand that you may have been seeing some other people in addition to me. And the reason that I haven't provided
Well, those are rumors.
I understand
First of
that.
all.
I understand that.
Second
But
of
you
all.
haven't complied with my request for DNA test either, and that's my key. Is that if I have an obligation, I like to make sure it is my obligation and not the obligation of some other father.
Well, maybe you should have been obligated to your wife whenever you were having an affair with me.
You're right about that. And honest
So
truth is
you are
that,
admitting that you're married?
yes.
Okay.
And I've told her.
She's the front desk receptionist, and he's the welding plant manager. Judge Vanderbeek is visibly surprised. Didn't expect a soap opera today, she quips. But while the drama grabs attention, the judge keeps her focus on the facts. Before child support can be enforced, paternity has to be legally confirmed. No DNA test, no child support order. The man didn't sign any acknowledgement at the hospital, and without legal proof, the court can't assume he's the father. As much as Ms. Canada is frustrated, she doesn't push back. The judge holds firm. Emotion can't override legal procedure. But if a test proves he is the father, that unpaid support will come due, fast.
I've told her that we had this fling.
You didn't
told
tell
your
me you
wife
were
that?
married until after.
That's correct. That's correct. I did not tell you.
I'm sorry, I won't disrupt you guys anymore. Go ahead.
Okay. So, from my perspective, Your Honor, I certainly understand the situation. I'm not trying to be hard-hearted, so to speak, about this, but I think that there's some other questions that need to be answered before we agree on paying any kind of support, because at this point, we haven't confirmed whose child this is.
Okay. Well, I definitely have some questions too, but I don't think they have anything to do with child support. It's more about you guys' backstory, but that has nothing to do with me. However, has this man taken a DNA test at all?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Did he sign anything at the hospital?
No, he wasn't
acknowledging that he was the father? Okay. So he does have a valid point. Before we can actually place him on child support, he either has to accept parentage, which, according to what I'm hearing, you're really not accepting it.
He's in denial about his affair and doesn't want his wife to find out.
My wife knows.
Oh,
Yeah,
she
right.
knows now.
He's lying.
You told her?
I would have heard from her by now. I work with him, ma'am.
Oh.
If the DNA test rules this man out, she can come back with whoever else she believes could be the father. But Ms. Canada doesn't flinch. "I know who it is," she says, clearly, fed up with the doubt. The courtroom mood shifts again. This isn't just a legal matter now, it's personal. Still, Judge Vanderby doesn't waver. Rules are rules, and everyone must play by them. The man, let's call him Mr. Canada for now, asks the court to fast-track the DNA test. Smart move. The judge agrees and hands the case over to the attorney general's office, where the test will be free and quick. It's a clean step toward answers. Once the test is in, the court will know exactly where things stand, and someone might be staring down 3 years of back pay.
At the welding place?
I'm a receptionist there.
Receptionist there, I'm a manager.
That's how we met.
You're her direct manager. Oh, okay. Ooh, wasn't expecting that much tea this morning. So, yeah, he's entitled to a DNA test.
Sure.
Okay, so before we can move forward with anything in terms of child support, looking at your financial documents you provided, he first needs to get a DNA test. So what I can do is you guys go and get the DNA test, then you can come back at a later date, possibly, if he's the father. If he's not the father, you are more than welcome to bring back as many people as necessary. I'm not implying by any means that what he's saying is true.
Right, he's
but if
definitely
he's
the
not
father.
the father, you can bring back as many people as necessary to get DNA testing, and we actually find the father and place him on child support.
Well, I know who it is, so that's not necessary, but thank you.
Okay. Is there anything further?
Your Honor, can we get your assistance in having this thing compelled so that we can get this DNA testing done expeditiously?
Oh yeah, most definitely. And it will be done through the Attorney General's office.
Okay.
Because they are actually on site in the courtroom, and it will be in the courthouse rather. And it will be much easier and free to you all to go ahead and use their resource. Okay? If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you.
Rocky,
You're welcome.
if I have obligations here, I'll stand behind them.
I appreciate that.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
If it turns out I'm the father, I'll take full responsibility. It's a measured exit, after a roller coaster session. With all the emotion, talk of affairs, trust issues, and uncertainty, he's not running from his duty. He's just asking for certainty, and Judge Vanderby respects that. There's a big difference between dodging responsibility and asking for proof. Once those results are in, the financial consequences will follow. If the test confirms he's the dad, he could be looking at 3 years of unpaid support, without legal proof, either a DNA result or a signed document. There's no obligation to pay child support. That's the law. But if paternity is confirmed, the court won't hesitate to step in and make sure support is paid, backdated and all.